yeah, I knew these machine guns would be the 3D Gear's one weakness. I'm so glad I brought them. I'm just like, girl, who the fuck is strong against like machine guns? Of course they're gonna be effective.
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to, I think, was it episode 7? I don't even remember anymore. Episode 7 of Sasageyo Sundays, where we discuss the current, final season of Attack on Titan. I'm your host, David, and joining today we have Taylor.
Hello.
Next we have Justin.
Hello.
Next we have Ku.
Yo.
Next we have Brian.
Sasageyo.
And finally we have Sasha.
Sasageyo.
All right, and then guest appearances by Sren.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, is this episode 7? I can't even remember now.
Yeah,
but,
it
okay.
is.
Okay,
66
so,
overall. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also correct.
Oh yes.
So again, I guess we usually do order of events. I'm trying to remember actually what happened in the order of events. I think because so much things happened in this episode. What was like?
Well,
I mean, it started with
Titan.
with Porco,
Porco.
where he gets his jaw slashed by Levi as one part, and then they showed, I think, a little bit more of all of the Survey Corps now flying in when he's just having this crisis of like, holy shit, the devils are here, they're not afraid of me, like, what do I do? So
yeah,
that's how it opened.
Well, actually, the first part too, because I was saying how last week, it felt like the Survey Corps had an advantage because they had all like the 3D gear and they're out moving everyone, but then this being part, they're actually getting gunned down a lot by the Cart Titan too, but like they're actually fighting back. So we actually felt like, oh, they might be in actual trouble this time. Like,
No, I just want to say that one line that what was her name? Pirky?
Peak? Or
Peak?
Peck?
Or Peck?
Peak the
Or-
girl? Yeah.
Yeah,
Cart
Peak.
Titan girl, yeah.
She was like, yeah, I knew these machine guns would be the 3D Gear's one weakness. I'm so glad I brought them. I'm just like, girl, who the fuck is strong against like machine guns? Of course they're gonna be effective.
Yeah, they're harping
like-
a little too much on Peak's like big head brain like notices
Dude,
and setup.
I can't stand her.
I just couldn't, bro. Like
her
when she
Titan
said
talk
that, I
was
just
very
lost
weird,
it.
and it threw me off so much. I could not like focus on when she was talking in her Titan form. It was
Oh yeah,
I
it's
hope
not like
they
the
accidentally
devil
kill
like
her.
reincarnated.
it was just really weird.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it seriously after that one quote. I'm sorry.
Dude, she's a genius. What are you talking about? Even Zeke said it. Like, yeah, that's why she's here.
Oh, you right. You right.
Oh
And then-
gosh, yeah.
Oh, and then
God.
I mean, I don't remember which part in the episode it was, but also like the Warhammer Titan fighting back. It's just she still has some fight in her left, but I guess that was the last part.
Yeah. What did you guys think in terms of like Aaron just keeping being able to like transform body to body?
I mean,
I'm down with it.
was that his second or third time doing that? Or
Was it third or
Yeah,
fourth?
I thought it was third time.
Is this the
third?
third?
Okay.
Or
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say third.
counting last episode, I think it's third.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess overall, because like I guess it's showing how much. Is it just how much stronger he's gotten now? He can like transfer multiple times now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that partially, if it's just pure willpower and also like him having the attack and founding Titan, that contributing to his ability to create more Titans of himself, or because it seems like everybody else is kind of like, yeah, I can do it once or twice, but after that, like, shit's not happening. Like, I'm out. So,
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
did
know.
they,
Again, we kind of. Oh, go ahead, Cook.
did they ever explain like the limitations or how it actually works in season 3 or
I don't think
two
they
and a half?
explain it. I think it's just you just go off by like it's kind of like stamina or like your endurance or
Yeah, I think
How much
they've only
energy you
touched
have?
upon like the recovery process of like that can be, kind of a set or elongated period of time depending on the amount of damage sustained.
Okay.
Hmm. I've heard
It's
the
not like a
rumor,
hard and fast rule. It
If
just
you're-
depends on the person.
Yeah.
if your leg looks like a piece of salami for a week, I think you could make three attacks.
Yeah, just holding it off, you're just storing up now. So that's what
Yes.
Aaron was doing the whole time. He just didn't regenerate his leg for so long it made 2 more Titans.
You know what? I'll take it. I will take it.
actually and then more in the later episode 2 when Zeke showed up with that beast form Titan, and then we had again it sounded like server cores that'll be corner, and then Taylor, your boy Levi, come in big with just I don't know, like just putting down that beast time like it was nothing. That was
That was a very nice scene.
Hey man, you take your
Indeed.
eyes off of him for 1 second and he just kills somebody. It's like, what
well.
the
It was funny
fuck?
because
This man cut him down and
yeah,
then threw a nade in his neck and just blew the fuck up. I was like, yo, holy shit.
Kids
That-
are like
that-
screaming at him not to do anything. He like barely looked at them and he's like, fuck that.
No, yeah, it's so badass. He just arrives in, throws one of his swords down into Zeke's like neck, and then pulls the satchel charge out and just like, all right, goodbye.
well, even Zeke was coming out like Aaron Yeager's not my enemy. My number one priority is Levi.
Yeah, and it was funny because he's just like, oh, Levi, you don't have time. You better make your move. And then Levi's just like, all right, fam, say no more.
Gotcha.
Fucks him up, yeah. I was telling,
I will-
or go ahead, Sasha.
I was gonna say, I thought for someone who was such a focal point of the previous seasons, Zeke came off as just like a complete idiot in this scene, and maybe it was just the scenario, but he's like, I'm just gonna play baseball for a couple minutes here, and I'll stand perfectly still while someone is sneaking up trying to cut my neck. And I was just like,
I think he was being confident
doesn't
because
feel
because it did seem like they had the server core cornered, especially with like the machine gun on the cart titan and all the support power, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something that like really honed in on for this episode of like how much preparation went into everything that they're doing, and Marley almost to a fault in this episode, took that for discredit. But then even back in season 3, when Levi and Erwin discussed the plan of how they're going to distract Zeke so Levi can sneak up, it's just kind of a reoccurring theme where they just think of these parodies
good call.
individuals as not as smart as they should give them credit for. And I don't know why they do that, because it's like, Zeke and Peak. I mean, Peak specifically, who knows everything they're going to do. It's like, no, you don't. I don't know what, you're missing. But...
also like what was that like when Zeke, like before he got hit, like cut down by Levi, was that before or after like Armin showed up with Colossal Titan? Because that was also a huge part of the
that was
episode.
before.
Okay, so then like
Um,
because then I think that was it the Jaw Titan was about to like go down on Aaron, but then I think that's when Armin showed up.
that happened after.
Yeah, that was after.
Okay, I'm getting my
Armin.
timeline mixed up here.
Yeah.
Like something big
All good.
happened and then they got distracted when Armin finally showed up. So
Yeah, so the one thing too that was a smaller detail is just Levi when he's like standing in the rubble of the house. I think it's right after Zeke makes the comment of, "Oh, Levi, you better use your time wisely." And Levi's looking at like a timepiece. So obviously they had set a designated time that for
Yeah.
Levi, Armin, the soldiers, and everything like all to execute at this time.
This man Armin though, popping off, dropping a
Dude, this
fucking
okay.
bomb
Oh,
on that
man.
fleet.
He
Even
just
though it
dropped a
was-
nuke.
He's super badass. He still has the same voice as before, so like it's so
Yeah.
weird seeing that same voice on like a slightly like taller body.
Mhm.
Oh, it's okay. Puberty
Hey.
is weird, it works in mysterious ways.
I mean,
so-
especially when you get a Titan, that probably has some effect into that
Well,
puberty.
I'm pretty sure his voice actor's a girl,
Yeah.
so I guess they can't really change his voice much. But
Yeah.
Hey, girls
The
can
thing
hit puberty too. Sure.
The thing I will say that Mappa really continues to do so well, and not to any discredit for Wit, I think they did as well, in the previous seasons, is just the facial expressions. And again, the zoom in on eyes, but more so with Armin, when Armin first shows up and the guy's like, hey, don't you see this fleet here? And then he just flips his hood off and you just see this like internal guilt and look of struggle on his face, but he knows, this has to be done. And then just goes full nuke mode and wipes out everybody. And then, after that happens, says like, Bertolt, is this the same thing that you saw when you did this, to us? So
I'm
You can
surprised.
tell.
I'm surprised he didn't keep going. He just like did the one. He showed up once and just got out of the body. Unless there's a limitation I'm not aware of for Colossal.
I think it's just that's all that they were planning for him to do. Because he
Okay.
did
Yeah.
regroup in that airship, and it was like, all right, that's what we need to do. And then they're trying to recover, I guess, Aaron and them.
Mhm.
So
yeah, I don't know how much they've explained of the Colossal Titan's abilities, so I won't say anything further.
But
Nobody else knows anything.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
more.
But still super effective. And then
I was just gonna say, what did you guys think of Reiner and him? It's like just his weird form with his hands popping out of the ground, saving.
I don't know. I just
Falco.
feel like his whole this just having the kids make him wake up like that. It just felt like it doesn't feel like he's really in. He's not like his heart's not in it to fight. Like it doesn't seem
No.
like he's really like I don't know why they made that the cliffhanger as a last big deal. It just seems like he doesn't want to do this. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor man
I mean,
he wants to die.
yeah,
Like that's all he
yeah.
wants.
they did like hint and say that too. It's like it only regenerates if he has the will to live.
Mhm.
And so this
Mhm.
man's just ready to die, so he didn't really regenerate until a spark of like two
But it's
children
like,
screaming his
I
name.
I don't really feel like I buy like the kids like yelling at him. That'd be his motivation. It just seemed like he was already out of it.
Mm,
I mean, I
mean-
personally, I think it's he's over it for himself, but it's like he's
Yeah.
still in it for the sake of other people.
and
So go ahead.
I mean, I think like in previous episodes of even this season, there's a lot of instances where Reiner, when looking at the new warrior recruits of Gabby Falco, he keeps seeing himself, Annie, Bertolt. So like you're saying, Brian, like
Yeah.
he's over it, but he knows that he still has to fight on to make sure that they don't have to do what he did. He needs to change this, cycle that for whatever reason is just continuing over and over despite all these efforts.
Yeah, I think that scene would have been more powerful if when they're screaming like Raina, Raina, he's just like, God, shut up, kids, shut up. And then you see like all the muscles around him tense up, and that shotgun he had from earlier just comes into his mouth. Just GG. And that's how the episode ends. Oh, that would have been a 10 out of 10.
Okay,
Like,
that was not
Uh,
going where I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah, I thought it was going a different way,
Yeah.
but I'll take it.
blast the kids away.
All right, I'll be real though. I think next episode, how it's gonna start is Reiner looks up at Aaron and he like scans the room, and everyone that's Eldian and Marley is like, "Yeah, he's gonna turn and he's gonna fight them, woohoo!" And then all of a sudden he like reaches his hand out and shakes Aaron's hand, picks up
Ooh.
a steel chair, and hits like Zeke over the head one more time just to make sure he's dead.
A Titan-sized chair. Yes.
Yep. Tag team Aaron and Reiner. It's
Now that he
happening,
has the
bro.
Warhammer Titan.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I think the sort of fight between Aaron and the Jaw Titan was very cool, and like Aaron realizing like the Jaw Titan is actually strong enough to break like this crystallized glass or hardening, so he
Mhm.
uses that, right, and he just smashes her face. I'm like, holy god! And then he just drinks the blood like a weirdo.
Yeah.
I want your guys'
He's got to
thoughts
collect
on
them
that.
all, man. He's trying to
Like-
Thanos the world.
Yeah, I'm like, holy god.
Yeah, so
Dude.
I didn't realize the Jaw Titan because that was Ymir's like previous one, but like so then because I was asking last week like shouldn't they have memories? Shouldn't he have memories of Ymir from Paradis? So shouldn't they know like how strong like the Survey Corps is? So why is he surprised that like they're all coming after him? Like when he was saying I'm a Titan, aren't they afraid? Like shouldn't he have memories from her of all this? That's what I was asking last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely a valid argument. And I think Isayama really just wanted to use Porco as kind of this guy who just had a lot of like built up anger and aggression against Reiner for what he did to his brother, and just
I mean-
thinking like, yo man, how did you fail against these fools? And yes, that ties in directly to your point of if he has Ymir's memories, he should know like how formidable these Paradise soldiers are. But I think they just needed somebody to be the scapegoat. Like basically, if you think about this whole episode, everything really went wrong, mostly because of Porco.
Wait, huh?
Yeah,
I didn't
no, I'm
think
not
think
gonna
about
lie.
it like
True.
that. Yeah.
He fucked
Like-
up.
Well, he's the
Yeah.
classic hothead that's cocky and
Yeah.
oh, as soon as things went his way, he decided to jump out and attack Aaron one-on-one, which is a terrible move because Aaron's 3 steps ahead of him. But what about Sasha's sniping,
That was
bro?
badass.
That was legit.
Or Carlo.
And because they're all like
Poor
the
Carlo.
people they're all the people that she hugged was it 2 episodes ago or whatever, like when
Yeah, she's part of the squad.
because
Yeah.
they were ones that like that got them to escape, and then yeah, Carlos got fucking sniped.
Yeah, that was another really small point that I liked of in each of the machine gun turrets. It's shown very shortly, but on like the interiors, they have photos
Oh
of
yeah, I
either
was
like
mentioning the photos. Like I
their
saw
loved ones and
I saw the photos of all, like them all the squads. Like man, that just makes it feel
Yeah.
worse.
it really
it's like,
ties
gotta be
into
done.
how war is for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
like tank soldiers and stuff. So
But
Yeah,
let's
and
be
then
honest.
Gene just came in hot and fucked them all up with the Thunder Spears. So
Yeah, that was sick. But if those were like actual, like let's real time Japanese men in manning those turrets, there'd be some love pillows instead of like wives. There'd be like some video game controllers
Oh,
instead
God.
of children.
Oh god.
Uh, that'd be the best.
maybe in the spin-off, maybe in that like
What if-
high
what if
school
the junior high
show that
one.
they do for them. Yeah,
The
exactly.
high school.
Yep.
Bro, ain't nobody watching that.
It's got some pretty funny moments. I haven't watched like full episodes, but I've seen like highlights that people do. It's pretty good.
Oh, and then we saw like Macbeth. He's alive. We all expect him to be alive, but I don't know. Like I don't know if he's still gonna be like the high commander or who's ever supposed to be leading. It just seems like this episode in general. It just seems like a lot of it is underestimating like Paradis because it sounds like they should have. It made it seem like they were on the counterattack, and and again from last episode we were saying why don't they know about like the Civic Core and the 3D gear from Reiner and Porco's memories of Ymir and all that stuff. So, like it seems like I don't know. It seems like someone like dropped the ball hard on like this military chain of command.
I mean, so I feel like they know about like the fucking gear, right? I feel like they know, but it's just a matter of like most of the people, like literally 97% of the people never experienced it firsthand. So you can't really put it into like practice of like how you go against that.
guess.
So
Very true. What
Yeah.
what do you guys think about the just coming in out of nowhere from like a technical standpoint? Because I feel like what we know of Paradis, and maybe it's something to come. I honestly can't remember, but they learned a lot of stuff apparently in these 4 years of like technological upgrades and all that.
yeah, man.
I don't
Because
know.
at the end of season 3, they were just like, "Oh, this is a photo. What the hell is this? I didn't know photos were things." Like,
True.
what witchcraft is this? But now they're like,
See,
"Oh
this
yeah,
is
we got
like-
little light beacons. We got blimps. We got."
This is
Yeah,
what-
I was like,
this is what I wish like they would have shown like in the first 4 episodes instead of like more of like the Marley backstory. I wish it was shown like them learning more about Marley.
I feel like the way
I think it's fine.
looking back, I feel like the way that they set up the first few episodes of this season worked very well because it came to us like shocks factor or surprise factor, you know? Like maybe later on they'll explain like flashbacks when like everybody regroups, calms down for like the next attack, whatever. They'll explain it. But I feel like for these first few episodes, it works pretty well so far, for me at least.
I mean, we're still like complaining how like the first 4 after the 4th episode, like we weren't getting like the full effect of like just having the backstory. So I think they could have done it a little bit better.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that because, like what Brian mentioned, what the lull of not showcasing the main cast, right, and you're showcasing like this whole other group, it led to you to build up your like anticipation of the main group, which is why when the Civic Corps just came out and started attacking, you're like, oh hell yeah, like finally this is what I've been waiting for, and it just makes everything seem so much better. Like I think the way that they built it up was completely fine, and if you were to try to set up that backlore, it would just take way too long, and like someone like me might have just lost interest in it, to be honest.
Nice points across all. I think if I could go back and change anything, it would just be introducing Willie in a different way, because episode 4 felt like, why are we spending this much time on him? If we would have gotten the tie-dye bear's background in like a little flashback or a little glimpse of it, and then you're like, and Willie's coming here to give a speech, you're like, oh shit, Warhammer Titan Willie's here? Dude, I gotta watch this episode. And then you see how he schmoozes people and woos them into his like little multicultural circle and power of influence. I think I would have bought a lot more into Willie. And then as far as like him and both his sister dying, I'd be like, oh wow, this kind of sucks for them. But as it is right now, I was telling this Justin privately, I just want all of them to die. Like literally, I don't care about any of them. Gabby, kidney girl who carries carts and is slowly on the verge of death. Zeke. I hope all these people get absolutely annihilated, and then our trio stays untouched. That's all I care about, honestly. Like at this point, Hanji could go die. Like, whatever, man. That new pilot they got, I was like, dude, who cares about this guy right now? Show me some more. Mikasa needs to get that haircut fixed, bro. But everyone else, like, keep that trio intact. But massacre these people, because I don't care if they're the same as them or anything, dude. You just decimate these people. That's it.
Man, you just don't care about Armin's struggle that he just killed a whole port full of people. You just want him to destroy everything in that.
Dude, Armin, you had 3 years to nut up, bro. Get used to it. That's all I gotta say.
All he could do is get a little bit taller and change his
God.
hair.
And his haircut looks like Mikasa. Like, come on, bro.
The only other small detail, but I think it was even in last week's, is I'm pretty sure Levi is the only Survey Corps member who isn't using the new 3D gear. He's still using the ones from the original Survey Corps, which I think is cool.
Wait, what?
Because
What's the difference between the two new ones?
It's like the BDSM black leather suits.
Oh, I don't
and
mean
then
the
the actual,
new
like-
the new suits.
yeah,
Okay.
because those have like obviously the gun on the top portion, and then the actual like what do you call it, like the spear that shoots out on the bottom, versus like the old ones was just the spears from the hips, and then you have blades. So it's just like kind of a testament to Levi. Like, he stays with what he knows. Like, technological upgrades don't really matter to him. It seems like he's just like, this is what I've killed hundreds of Titans and people with, and that's what I'm gonna keep on doing. I think it's just a little badass detail for him.
Okay, I didn't notice that, so thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think
Those
of
old suits
anything
were way
else.
better,
And
man.
then
Let's
okay,
be honest.
like I didn't I actually noticed CGI in this episode, but it didn't bother me. It's just like I just think it's dumb that like we just have this like controversy going on with CGI just because like I just feel like it's not that bad. I don't know why people like I wouldn't even notice it if no one ever brought it up, and I didn't notice it last week until like we brought it up here. So just...
I think with the most you can see it with Aaron's Attack Titan, like pretty blatantly, but it doesn't, detract from it at all. I don't know why people are mad. But people did use it as a crutch of like when Armin showed up, he wasn't CG at all. Where Wit Studio, whenever they had the Colossal Titan, I'm pretty sure it was always CG. So now people are kind of saying like, okay, you did the Colossal Titan as a 2D from Mappa, like why couldn't you do the others? And that just gives more fuel to the fire of
that's just dumb. Like
arguing about dumb stuff. Exactly. I don't know.
I would say I had one little nitpick at the very last second. It was after Reiner transformed, which I noticed like his armor titan looked different too.
Yeah,
This man Eren just didn't take the fucking bite and just eat the man with the jaw titan, whatever his name
gotta be
is, Porco
dramatic,
or whatever.
man.
I don't know. I was like, bro, just eat the fucking man and get it over with and get even more OP. I'm like, instead you want to do a dramatic turnaround to Reiner? Fuck that guy. He's gonna die anyways.
We need the plot fallacies. It'd be too easy.
They're going to be best friends now, right? Because they shook hands. They're going to join forces, and
That's right.
It would
Get
be
a
pretty
feel
funny.
there.
Yeah, for Reiner's just like, all right, I'm going with them. See you guys. Oh,
Yeah,
Gabby,
bye,
Falco,
thanks.
yeah. Good luck.
yeah.
Or he just straight like shoulder charges the shit out of him.
although another thing that kind of like bothered me a little bit was that when Eren was about to use the jaw to like break the crystal,
Mhm.
he had his mouth open the whole time while he was doing it. For some reason, that bothered me. I don't know why.
I think he was just getting prepared to like eat whatever came out.
Yeah, but the face he was making when he was trying to break it open,
Yeah, I remember
I
that
don't
as
know.
well.
Dude, it ain't easy, doing that, being in the heat of the moment.
I mean,
So
that's
you
just some more stuff they have to CG, the closing of the mouth, and
That's his O face, bro.
Oh,
When he's at war, he doesn't hold
God.
back. That's just the way he rolls.
God.
Wait, real quick. So technically, since this jaw titan dude didn't actually die, he has the power of the Warhammer Titan, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
Wait,
you just
what?
got it.
no.
No, you talking about Aaron?
Wait, who? Are you talking about Aaron or
I'm
Porco?
talking about the jaw titan because he's the one
No.
that bit it.
Oh.
He
Oh, no,
bit
no,
it, but
He didn't.
Aaron drank the
Drink
the
the blood.
spinal fluid.
I mean,
or
I'm just
blood,
saying,
yeah.
like, he got some residue in his mouth, right?
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
comes
I mean,
through,
that's
swallows
what I was
it.
thinking too. I was like, yeah, well, he actually broke it.
No,
like-
I don't think so because he was like on top and blood was dripping down, so it never actually went up into him. And he
Okay,
didn't
cool.
ingest
How about
it.
this, right? I want you to drink some water and then
Sure.
just flip yourself upside down and see if the water leaks out of your mouth. You know,
Well, am I
or like,
inhaling
or
at,
like
at this
take
moment?
a
Or
like a giant juicy bite of like an orange or an apple, and just see if the liquid comes out of your mouth after you bite
But
it. You know.
but even then, you know what's going to happen too is because Aaron got the majority of it, so he gets all the good genes and all the good spinal fluid. Watch, Porco's going to start like missing an
He
eye.
can't control it, and he just gets hardened. It's like a Medusa. He just gets frozen. He's like, oh fuck.
yeah. Yeah. He
But no,
didn't get the good
I
juices.
had that thought
Yeah.
as well. Like, but yeah, it's the whole argument of like, it didn't get enough. It all went to Aaron.
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah. I know.
But yeah, that would suck to be the Tiber Warhammer chick, just stuck in her like kryptonite and just being like, well, I'm
Well,
fucked.
okay, like I mean, like Crew was criticizing it last week for being a huge weakness. I just think it's just because you're fighting against Aaron, who's obviously trying to eat her. When it was like it was like a 9 like she'd be fine, just in the ground, just annihilating
Whoa,
everyone.
Yeah,
So
I don't understand either, like how much it takes to like uncrystallize. Because I guess if she did uncrystallize when in Aaron's hand, she'd die either way, so she had to
Yeah.
stay crystallized. She had no option, I guess. Yeah, and she couldn't transform
Guys.
again. So
It just dawned upon me. Annie, it's been 3
Mhm.
years.
Yeah.
Bro,
Mhm.
3 years.
not using
And
the
all the
bathroom.
attention's on the Warhammer. Yeah, not use the bathroom. Dude, I think Annie, or at least her Titan, is showing up in this battle. I think that's
In
the
this
final
battle?
little. Yep.
because
I think they're gonna drop her out of that Zeppelin and be like, yeah, female Titan, whatever her name was.
Oh, that's right. What did they ever do to her, to Annie?
That's what I'm saying,
she's been
bro. They
crystallized
had
this whole time. They never explained
Dude.
it.
Yeah, we don't know
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Hanji. She don't mess with those crystals, man. She cracked that, getting it all up in that ass.
That's
She
true. She
extracted
loves
the
that
egg.
Titan
Maybe.
research.
Dude, I'm telling you, Annie's dropping in. That's why they got that Zeppelin. They're gonna drop another
When they had the
Titan.
Zeppelin coming, I thought
Boom.
they were gonna do like I thought they had a bunch of Titans in there. I thought they were gonna drop it on the city and make Aaron use his founding Titan powers to
Oh,
control
that's
all
not a
them.
bad call.
I thought that's what I do, but I guess not.
I thought we were gonna see the giant like dead crows, like from the opening. And they're like, oh, yes.
Oh
yeah.
god.
Well, I mean, it's still a possibility, right? Because that I don't really understand why they'll need a like a vehicle that big, just because they don't plan to retrieve people in their Titan form. And if you're going to be using it as like a getaway or a stealth vehicle, why would you use
Pretty
something so
terrible.
big? So
Well,
I'm sure they
more-
got something. They got something hidden in there.
I
to
don't
use
know.
as well.
It just feels so vulnerable because it's so slow. Like I feel like yours an open target for all like the anti-air cannons they have.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you use a vehicle like that unless you had a specific reason, right? Like, it would make sense that maybe they have a bunch of Titans or people that can turn into colossal Titans and just drop them in that little like runway that they had set up with the lights, and then they'll just use Aaron's power to make them like wreak havoc, wake up and wreak havoc. Like
We'll
that
s-
would make more sense to me.
Yeah, but we'll see. Because it made it sound like it was just there just to recoup everyone and get away. But we'll see what happens next week.
No, that doesn't make any sense with Armin. I trust that man too much, except for his hairstylist. He needs to fire that person ASAP.
Yikes. Okay.
All right,
Till next week, as always.
Oh, Annie's coming back. I got a feeling.
Annie. All right, we'll see. We will see.
They
Someone else?
brainwashed her.
Does anyone else have anything they want to share for this week's episode or want to discuss?
No.
All right, so I think that'll be
No.
it for this week's episode. So again, more action pack, and it seems like it's gonna be that way for next week too. So looking forward to what we have for next week. And
10 out of 10 episode.
no,
Yep,
really.
keep it coming.
So that'll be it for this week's Sasageyo Sunday. We'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.